My parents moved from Malaysia to Australia because they dreamed of a life for their children where we'd have access to education, schools and universities that would just open up a huge world of possibilities. When I was in primary school, I was one of the very few Asians growing up, and so I was isolated and sort of bullied and harassed, and so I dove even further into just learning and studies because I found joy in that. My interest in maths started surprisingly late. When I was in high school, I didn't find it difficult or challenging so much as perplexing. I didn't have a huge understanding of why I was doing it or how come these answers made sense. It was at university where I actually challenged myself to really deeply understand what are the fundamentals of this subject, which I'm going to now try and teach to children around the country. My first day teaching at school, I walked in and all these hundreds of kids poured into the school grounds, and there was just this energy and excitement about where are we going to go today? What are we going to discover? And from that moment, I was just hooked.
Well, Mr. Wu always came in bouncing in the classroom. He was so happy, energetic. It was an inspiring vibe to be around.
Back in 2012, I taught a student who was just in year 10 and he was very, very ill. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Immediately, we knew that he would miss huge portions of time at school. And I thought it would just be so sad for all that I could do to be, here's a textbook, we'll see you in a month, good luck. I took my phone out of my pocket, I set it on a little wooden contraption that I made down in our woodwork room at the school just so it wouldn't fall over, and I hit record. And I just wanted this one boy to be able to participate in that with us even when he wasn't there. I started sharing them online just because that seemed to be the most convenient way for him to access them. And before I knew it, all kinds of other students were having a look at the videos, using them for revision. People not in our class, people not in our school, people not in our country. We've sort of been going towards zero, but in smaller chunks, okay? I want to get there faster, okay? So this time, Tom, what I want you to put in is, and other people can see.
Probably the most impressive thing to me about that is that he was able to come up with a decision and go, well, if I do this, this is going to help this kid.
That student graduated. He's long gone, he's in university now, but I realized that I should continue making these videos because they're helpful to students, to parents and teachers everywhere.
I watch some of his videos and I'm just like, okay, I hadn't thought of it that way, I hadn't explained it that way. I've even had a student stop me in class and go, that's how Mr. Wu explains it.
A teacher like Mr. Wu doesn't just change your outlook on maths, he changed my outlook on like every learning experience, I guess.
It is absolutely an outstanding advocate for public education. He's a wonderful teacher, a great role model for our students. He's a great role model for our staff.
I never set out to create something huge or amazing. I didn't set out to achieve something great. All I wanted to achieve was something good. I just wanted to help one person. That's all I was doing. If you have a heart for helping others, if that motivates you, then you'll create something of value, and that's what excites me. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you to the Ngunnawal people who steward this beautiful land. Thank you to the Commonwealth Bank and the Department of Home Affairs. Most of all, thank you, Australia. I stand before you not as an individual, but as a proud representative of every teacher around the country who labours day after day, year after year, because we know the power of giving a child the priceless gift of an education. Education can radically change the trajectory of a child's life. It can transform the possibilities of what a child can become and achieve. That can change a life, a family, and a community forever. 5 years ago, I started posting my lessons online to help other people learn about maths. But when I did, I learned something about maths too. I've learned that while mathematics is hard, it's something everyone wants to understand. Once upon a time, we thought that reading and writing were unusual skills reserved for special people in society. Now we know literacy is essential
for everyone, my conviction is that the same is true of mathematics. Mathematics is for everyone. It's the key to unlocking a universe of beautiful patterns, practical solutions, and surprising connections. And that universe beckons to all of us if we'll just embrace it. I'm honored to receive this award. But the truth is, I am no more a hero than anyone else. There's nothing special or extraordinary about my classroom. All I've done is open a window through the internet to the hard work and dedication that happens every day in schools around the country. So today, I call on every Australian to truly value education. We often forget how precious and life-changing school can be. But educators need society's personal and financial support to do their jobs and make school a positive experience for every child. Almost half of all new teachers leave the profession in their first 5 years because they realize they carry the burden of a child's future while so often being questioned and criticized by the very society that they're trying to serve. That needs to change. While this award is a wonderful step in the right direction, prizing education isn't really about what we do in ceremonies and special occasions. It's about what we do every single day in the way that we think and speak and make decisions about our country's schools. Every Australian must play our part in honouring our schools and those who work in them. Our children and future generations are depending on it. Thank you.